Alright folks, in this video we are going to be doing the last of the cleanup in the lagoon. We've got maybe 2 days left, and we're going to be able to close the books on cleaning the sand out of this lagoon. We've cleaned up quite a few loads so far, and I don't think I can get it all cleaned up in this next day or so, so I think it's going to take us a couple days. But I'm going to be answering a few questions that I have received in the last couple of videos that I've done on the cleanup of the lagoon here. So we're first going to start off with a flyover of the farm with the drone to just kind of explain a few things, and then the video will go on from there and different segments, I'm sure, throughout the last little bit of the next couple days of what we have going on. So with that being said, folks, if you like these videos, remember to leave me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below, do all that kind of thing, and we'll catch you at the end of the video. Thanks in advance for watching. Alright, we're going to start answering some of the questions that I have most commonly received so far from cleaning out the lagoon. And the first question is, where does the sand come from? Well, the sand comes from bedding our barn stalls here for the cows in the freestall barns. And what we're looking at here now is spot where we store our sand. We have 2 bays in the commodity shed, and one of Longhorn Trucking's trucks have just dumped a load of sand. And ironically enough, today is the day that we're putting sand in the stalls of the barn. We put sand in the cow stalls every Monday. Now, another question that I also get is, while you guys are cleaning out the lagoon, where are you storing your manure? We have 2 pits that the manure flows into from the barns. This is one of them here. We call this one the front pit. And then we've got another pit on the back side of the parlor barn. And that is, which is on your right. Barn 6 is in the middle. And then we've got barn 8 on this other side here. The manure coming from this back pit, in order to get the manure from that pit there to the lagoon, we have to truck it. We do have means of pumping it from, well, you can barely see that tractor sitting in between the 2 barns here. We've got another pump set up there. We can pump it underground over into the pit that is to your right, that we call the front pit. That pit goes in underneath the barn over to that connecting building. We can pump the manure from this back pit into the front pit. However, where that manure enters that pit underneath the barn, if in the event that we had a lot of sand build up, it would plug it right first thing. So we choose to truck it. Now, the manure from this front pit here, we can pump that with that manure pump, which is a centrifugal pump that we can load the trucks with as well. We can pump that to the lagoon. We have an underground 8-inch pipe that runs in underneath the cement pad in front of the commodity shed, goes across in front of the hay barn here, down in between and in front of the corn bunks, and then it comes down into the side of this lagoon. Now, we haven't started cleaning the sand out of the lagoon today. I'm just filling up with fuel now, and I thought I would throw the drone up in the air to give you more of a visualization as to what we're kind of doing here. We're over the top of the lagoon, obviously, right now, and I might lose reception slightly here from the antenna, but I could show you where this manure enters the lagoon from that pipe that goes underground. But it is actually right Oh, right between the pump and the wall to our right, you can barely see it there. There's a little bit of an 8-inch pipe entry there through the wall, and that is how we can get the manure from the front pit. Now, this sand has settled out of the manure. We haven't had issues like this in quite a while. However, when we drag lined all that manure here a couple, 3 weeks ago, we took the manure out of the lagoon too fast and we couldn't keep up as far as using the crawler to agitate, and the sand separated out of the manure faster than we wished it would have happened. In the past, with using the crawler, we'd have anywhere from 11 inches to a foot of material left in the lagoon, and we would just leave it, and that would be good enough. But this year, being that we've got about 3 feet left, we thought we would clean it out. And you could see from where we stopped cleaning it out yesterday, the cement is dry, and that sand has not moved from where he was digging into it yesterday, and you could see the mark on the wall. I'm going to take a tape measure to it here shortly once I get back down into hauling it out with the truck here, but we think we've got maybe a day to a day and a half of cleaning the rest of the solids out of the lagoon. We can't pump any more liquid out with these pumps, because once they start getting a little bit of air, they lose siphon, and they start cavitating, and you lose your prime and all that crap. But this pump here, you could see that the main part of the pump is slightly up out of the lagoon there, and that won't pump anymore. So we're going to get on this, and we'll explain things as we go throughout the video here. And this is probably going to be the last video of cleaning up the lagoon. Jared has piled some sand manure against this ramp here, and he keeps pushing it up. He lets the water run out of it, and then we'll start cleaning that up last thing here. Now, what we are doing with this manure, we are taking it to a couple of different locations, dumping it in the field or on a cement pad, loading it in the spreaders, and spreading it on the fields. We have had the nutrient levels analyzed on this, and we can put quite a bit of this material on per acre. It's roughly about 60 ton to the acre we can apply this sandy manure at. It does not affect the ground as far as adding too much sand, because it only amounts to about 1/4 of an inch of material, and it actually mixes in quite well. It does provide quite a bit of nutrients to the ground. However, it's not, there's only about 10 or 15% of it is actual manure. The rest of it is sand. And in the past couple of videos here, I have grabbed handfuls of it, and you could see that it doesn't have a lot of moisture to it, the material that is on the bottom. We're just going to kind of creep over into the guy that's moving feed here. He's got a defacer, a Fritsch defacer on a 624 payloader, and he's shaving down the corn silage here. He's going to shave that down. He'll get himself enough for 3 10-wheeler loads, and then he'll move that up above so that I have that to feed the cows with tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and land this drone here, and we'll be back with you a couple times throughout the day here, and we'll kind of just basically explain what we have going on with this sand cleanup on the lagoon. We have had as much as 6 foot of sand that we have cleaned out of this lagoon prior to using the crawler. So I've got to get out of the way here. I've got another truck pulling in behind me, so we'll join back up with you in a little while here. Well, we're gaining on it here. I don't think we're going to get this done today. We're leaving the pond in the middle here where this pump is sitting. We're kind of working around it on both sides. And when we get a little more of this cleaned out here, we'll break this open and suck this water up with the vac truck, just so that we're not trying to haul so much liquid with the trucks. This, for the most part, doesn't leak out of the truck too awful bad, but it does piss out a little bit. So a lot of this is pretty dry. You know, this is, yeah. We started about here today, and we've gone that far. We've had some spitting snow here and there. Garrett, he's loading now. I was loading earlier. Jared's hauling liquid, so I think I am loaded. I gotta get moving. I better get moving here. So this is the location that we're dumping today. This is right off of Rouse Road. It's only about 2 miles away from the farm. We've got almost enough here for what we can spread on this field here. We've got a corn strip on the other side, and then we got another corn strip to our right here. Yes, this needs exhaust manifold gaskets, so we'll be delving into that here once we get done with hauling this sand. But it makes a lot of ticking noises and whatever, and yeah, well, let's get out and undo these tailgate locks here.